We all know that song as Heart and Soul, but every, first young piano player learns that song in there. And then the other person comes in and there. But why does that song, one, sound so familiar, two, is so popular, and three, what are the actual chord progressions that we are playing? Well, this video is here to show you exactly that. Hopefully you've been a follower on our channel for quite some time now, and we've spent some time talking about scales, chord progressions, and all that fun nature. So in Heart and Soul, we have what's called the 50s progression or the doo-wop progression, which basically consists of the 1 chord, the 6 chord, which is a minor chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Now there's some other variations, or I like to call it the 1625, and we have the 1, the 6, the 2, and then the 5. But you can play either way. To the 6, to the 2, to the 5, to the 1, to the 6, to the 2, to the 5. Or if you get frisky like I just did before, we have the 1, to the 6, to the 4, to the 5. Oh, you're still here? So I'm guessing you're probably wondering what makes that progression so popular. Let's find out. So according to one source, they say that the 50s progression, also known as Heart and Soul chords, or the doo-wop progression, or even the ice cream changes, is a chord progression that was popular in Western music, which of course we are studying. And like I mentioned before, the chord analysis 1, 6, 4, 5, or the other example I showed you as well. And it's particularly was common in the 50s and 60s with doo-wop music. It says here that the first song to use this sequence was recorded in 1933 by Richard Rodgers with lyrics from Lawrence Hart called Blue Moon. There's loads and loads of songs that use this 50s / doo-wop progression, including, but not limited to, Marvin Gaye with Charlie Puth and Meghan Trainor, or pretty much half of Meghan Trainor's songs, if not more, all use this progression. Let's take a look at a couple more. In the Still of the Night by the Five Satins. We also got Heart and Soul, which we've talked about before. Let's see. There's lists. There's loads of them. Baby by Justin Bieber. Do, do, do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bieber head. Let's see. Yeah, there's lots. So one thing that's important to remember about progressions is that we want to also remember things like cadences and what a cadence is and what it does. And basically it's leading us to where we want to go. For example, the plagal cadence, we have the 4, and we want that to go to the 1. The amen cadence. Of course, a lot of times you'll also see us take it from a 4 to the minor down to the 1. Or another example, when we have a 5/7, that 7 is going to pull us towards that 1. Just we add the 7, but we want it to go home. And last but not least, one of my favorites is the deceptive cadence, because we could just be playing along. 1 to the 6, to the 4, and the 1. The 6 to the 4 to the 5, and from this 5 we want to go back to 1, but because we are going to be deceptive in our cadence, we're going to take you back to the there. Now typically the deceptive cadence is just like a 5 to a 6, but you can make it as deceptive as you want. Can't forget about Billy Joel and Uptown Girl. Brian McKnight's Back at 1. Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. There's even a new song out by this artist. You've probably seen or heard the song on TikTok. We won't mention this artist's name or the song, but you can find it and you can tell me which one it is. So it's just as simple as that. A simple 4-chord progression that is very, very popular. And it makes a lot of very catchy songs, including some new ones by Surfaces like this one right over there. So check them out. do some research, do some listening, put your ears on, and see what other songs you can find that have this progression. Thanks so much for joining me. And before we go, even though it's now the month of June, I must say, May the 4th be with you. Bye-bye.